Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you're thinking about moving to Oklahoma, but you've heard people, maybe your friends or neighbors, make some pretty outlandish claims about Oklahoma and the people that live there, and that's giving you pause. Is this really somewhere where I want to live? I get it. I used to travel all over the U.S. and was continually astonished at the misconceptions people had about Oklahoma and Oklahoma City specifically. And mind you, these are really well-educated folks I was talking to, and you'd think they would have known better. This especially happened a lot when visiting either the East or West Coast, by the way. Incredibly, even today, there are people that still believe some of the stuff we're about to discuss. Hey, maybe that's some of the people you've been talking to, I don't know. So you probably clicked on this video because you're wondering if any of these same stereotypes you've been hearing about are true. So hopefully in this video I can clear things up a bit for you and separate fact from a whole lot of fiction about what it's like really living here. So in no particular order, here's some common misconceptions people have about Oklahoma and the people that call Oklahoma home. Number one, everybody in Oklahoma drives a pickup truck, right? No, not true. I drive a Honda Accord and my wife drives a Honda minivan. My two boys drive Hondas, Honda sedans, not pickup trucks. Believe it or not, we have all kinds of makes and models driving around here. Yeah, it's true. Including the occasional Ferrari, Bentley, Aston Martin, and Lambo. That said, are there a lot of pickup trucks on the road here? Oh yeah. Ford F-150s, Chevy Silverados, Dodge Ram trucks can be spotted everywhere. Then there's the half-ton varieties of pickups, the dualies, the turbo diesels, you name it, we got it. But really, Oklahoma's no different in this regard than a lot of other states when it comes to seeing a lot of pickup trucks on the road. There's a lot of pickup trucks on the road in every state in the Union. Take the Ford brand, for example. Ford F-150 pickup trucks own the distinction of being the most popular motor vehicle of all time. Let that sink in for a little bit. For well over 30 years, the Ford F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle in the United States. Not the best-selling truck, the best-selling vehicle. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of pickup trucks on the road. Not only here, but probably where you live as well. Number two, cowboys are everywhere and we all wear cowboy boots. Do we have cowboys here? Yes, yes we do. Are they everywhere? No, they're not. Not even close. However, with more than 4 million head of cattle in this state, we do need them. We're in the nation's top 10 when it comes to the ratio of humans to cattle. Did you know there was such a ratio? I didn't know we tracked such things. If you want to see real cowboys, head over to Stockyard City near downtown Oklahoma City, which features a working stockyard and where frequent cattle auctions are a common occurrence. You can check out this video here where I talk about Stockyard City, where you can also pick up a terrific pair of cowboy boots. Oh, by the way, and a saddle for your horse if you need one. Besides cowboys, you can also find hipsters, environmentalists, artists, musicians, athletes, businessmen, researchers, farmers, writers here, and so much more. Yes, we're a very diverse culture here. So yes, some of us do wear cowboy boots, and yes, I have this pair here that I do wear occasionally. But no, we, and when I say we, I mean men and women, don't all wear them all the time. The third misconception, we only listen to country music in Oklahoma. No. While it's true that Oklahoma has strong ties to the country and western music category, largely because of the influence of Oklahoma natives like Garth Brooks, Vince Gill, Reba McEntire, Toby Keith, Ronnie Dunn, Brooks and Dunn, Carrie Underwood, and Blake Shelton, all forms of music can be found here. That said, there are a lot of country and western radio stations here, and there's a lot of honky-tonks and clubs where you can hear country and western music live, and if you're so inclined, you can dance the night away, line dancing to your heart's content with your partner. Personally, I'm not a big fan of country and western music. For me, give me a good old classic rock station all day long, and rest assured, we have a constant lineup of concert events here featuring your favorite rock and pop acts. Hey, Oklahoma City is even home to Wayne Cohn and the Flaming Lips, not to mention the Kings of Leon and the All-American Rejects, who most assuredly are not country and western acts. The fourth misconception, tornadoes are an everyday occurrence here. No, not even close, and no, Twister is not our favorite movie.
Cow, I gotta go, Julia, we got cows. Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one. And surprise, another related misconception. We don't have flying cows here either. Although appropriately enough, the restaurant that's at the National Severe Storms Lab in Norman, Oklahoma, wait for it, it's called the Flying Cow Cafe. Yes, we do have tornadoes here, usually in the April to June time period. And yes, They can cause a lot of damage. That said, there are some springs where we have few, if any, of them. Occasionally, once every few years, we have a really, really big one hit, like the F5 variety that hit Moore, Oklahoma several years ago. Now, when tornadoes do occur here, local television weathermen and women have some of the finest weather radar technology in the world to give you plenty of warning if one's headed your way. And if one is headed your way, most new homes now in Oklahoma City are being built with in-ground tornado shelters. Our house has it that I live in. By the way, if Twister is your favorite movie, believe it or not, there's a sequel coming to the big screen in June 2024. Guess what it's called? Twisters, plural. They worked really hard on that one, didn't they? The fifth misconception. Oklahoma is just a flat wasteland. No, not even close. Surprise, surprise. Oklahoma has all kinds of terrain here. From sand dunes in northwest Oklahoma at Little Sahara State Park and nearby outcrop formations at Gloss Mountain State Park, I swear, they look like they're right out of Monument Valley in Utah. No kidding. To beautiful, stunning sunsets here in central Oklahoma and rugged mountains and green forest in southeastern Oklahoma, for instance at Beavers Bend State Park. Oklahoma has a surprisingly wide range of topography to offer. Yes, western Oklahoma and the panhandle of Oklahoma are very flat, but the rest of the state is a very different story. Does this look like a desert wasteland? Nah, not even close. The sixth misconception about Oklahoma is that the oil and gas industry is the only industry we have to offer here. Again, that's simply not true. Yes, it's a fact that oil and gas plays a big part in the local economy and employs a lot of folks in the region. Heck, I worked as a petroleum engineer in the industry for 20 years. It is by no means, however, the only game in town. Healthcare and aerospace industries are flourishing here, and because of a very favorable business climate and incentives that are offered, there's a vibrant and growing community of entrepreneurs and innovators bringing high-tech businesses to the metro area. Outside of energy, large employers here include Hobby Lobby, AT&T, and Boeing, to name a few. The seventh myth about Oklahoma. Well, in Oklahoma, we all live on ranches or farms. We ride horses and raise cows, pigs, and chickens. No, and no. Hey, I live in a brick 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home in a gated subdivision in West Edmond. In fact, 94% of Oklahoma City's population is urban, not rural. So basically, no ranches or farms here. No horses, no cows, no pigs, no chickens either. I do have friends that live on ranches and farms. There is a difference, by the way, between the two. But most people live in Oklahoma City proper or one of the surrounding suburbs like Edmond, where I live. A very urban atmosphere is the norm here, albeit with a very friendly small town feel to it. Now the good news is that Oklahoma City and surrounding suburbs have all the amenities of a big city, and by the way, there's 1.4 million of us in central Oklahoma, in case you didn't know, but without all the traffic and the noise that goes with it. The eighth misconception about Oklahoma: the only sport we know in Oklahoma is college football. Well, it used to be true, but not anymore. We've never had a true professional sports team here, but that all changed several years ago when a little organization came to town known as the National Basketball Association, the NBA. I'm talking specifically about our Oklahoma City Thunder franchise. Don't get me wrong, college football in Oklahoma, whether rooting for the University of Oklahoma Sooners, my beloved alma mater, or their arch rival, the Oklahoma State University Cowboys, which is my son's alma mater. By the way, we call that a house divided when you have both schools represented on the same roof. College football in Oklahoma is still a very big deal here. College football is big business in Oklahoma. And the pageantry and passion on display on Saturdays in the fall in either Norman, Oklahoma, where the Sooners play, or in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is home of the Cowboys, is something everyone moving here should see in person. It's quite the spectacle, a lot of fun. It makes for a very entertaining see and be seen type of experience. The same can be said for attending a Thunder game with a very young team of up-and-comers blessed with extraordinary talent. The Thunder's future is very bright, and maybe, just maybe, an NBA championship might be in the cards for Oklahoma City at some point in the future. We'll see. Number 9, we all sleep in teepees in Oklahoma. Oh, God. This is the most ridiculous one I've ever heard, and yes, I kid you not, I was once actually asked if there were Native Americans here that still slept in teepees. No, No one here sleeps in teepees anymore, got it? That is, except if you happen to visit the Orr family farm in Oklahoma City, where you can actually sleep overnight in a real teepee. I talk about that here in this video. You talk about creating memories for your kids. They'll never forget that one, I can assure you. Yeah, we're big time here. We live in houses and apartments for the most part. Most of us pay mortgages or rent each month. And to be honest, I don't think a teepee would withstand our weather these days. But hey, you know what? It worked out just fine for the indigenous tribes that inhabited Oklahoma long before the pioneers arrived. Speaking of which, the Native American culture is a huge part of our state, and we have some beautiful reservations and historical centers to visit, including the newly opened First Americans Museum here in Oklahoma City, which celebrates the cultural diversity, history, and contributions of all First Americans. Check it out if you're coming this way. And the last one on the list, number 10, we don't know how to speak proper English in Oklahoma. Yeah, well, that one could be partially right. Okies, as those of us born in or living in Oklahoma are sometimes called, we have a dialect all our own. It's a kind of a verbal shorthand that will completely baffle outsiders. You might need to consult our official Okie dictionary to understand what we're saying. You need examples? Okay. Why say you all when y'all will suffice? It's much more efficient. Or someone is simply plumb crazy. Not crazy, but plumb crazy, which I think is worse than the generic crazy. Other interesting Okieisms include fixin' which is the same as saying going to, as in I'm fixin' to buy my daughter a car. We have other sayings here as well. Yeah, he's getting a little too big for his britches. In other words, he has an ego. Oh, and there's also, bring me my dadgum phone. In Oklahoma, we find creative ways to cuss. Here's a few others. Fraidy holes. What is a fraidy hole? That's Okie for a tornado shelter. Right here equals right here, as in I was born right here in this town. And last but not least, tarred. Tired. Boy, I'm really tarred. I'm plumb tuckered out. Again with the plum reference. Why? If you move here, I'll be happy to translate if necessary. So there you have it. All 10 of the misconceptions I could come up with. Well, actually 9, since the 10th one's kind of true. It's amazing what some people still believe when the subject of Oklahoma comes up. As you can see, most of these are ridiculous and not at all what reality holds for you if you come here. And speaking of that, if you're fixing to make it, let me start over. This time I'll enunciate. Take 2. If you're considering a move to Oklahoma, why not give me a call, send me an email or a text, and let's talk about it. My contact information is shown in the description box down below. Why not join the growing list of folks that have made the decision to make Oklahoma their new home? What's attracting many is the low cost of living here, which I talk about in this video. And in this video, I talk about how Oklahoma City compares to, say, LA cost-wise. It's pretty dramatic. I also made this video here to give folks a heads up on the things about living here that might just actually drive you crazy. Nobody wants any surprises after you've already made the move, so better to learn what you might not like about Oklahoma now. In the meantime, whether a possible newcomer to the Sooner State or not, if you enjoyed this content, learn a few things as well, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe buttons and click the notifications bell to be notified when I post new videos. I try to do that every week. This lets the YouTube algorithm know you like what you're seeing, and it keeps me motivated to keep making more of these things. So that's all I've got for now. In the meantime, be on the lookout. I've got more videos headed your way. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.